Even if you don't learn how to draft the cupped cassette, learn how to draft the cupless cassette, because with the cupless cassette, you can do whatever you want to do with it. You will learn everything you need to learn in this tutorial. This is going to look snatched. If you've ever struggled with drafting cassette patterns, say goodbye to your struggles, because on this episode of Fashion School at Home, I will be showing you guys how to draft the basic cassette and the cupped cassette. This is the cupped cassette and the other one has no cups. That's the basic, that's the first one that you're going to learn. Even if you don't learn how to draft the cupped cassette, learn how to draft the cupless cassette, because with the cupless cassette, you can do whatever you want to do with it. You can change it into whatever you want it to look like. And that's like a basic cassette pattern for any beginner or advanced level person to learn. This is what my cupless cassette looks like. Obviously, this isn't a finished product, but it just gives you the idea of what it's going to look like when you draft and sew your cassette. And I will be using this book, which is Pattern Cotton for Lingerie, Beachwear, and Leisure Wear by Anne Hager. This is the book that I go to for anything that has to do with intimate wears, like lingerie, negligee, whatever else, you know, you wear intimately, whatever intimate wear there is. This is the book that I go to. I'll be showing you guys how to draft a 2-in-1 cassette pattern, the cupless cassette and the cupped cassette. I already drafted the torso pattern that you need to draft this cassette pattern. It's somewhere on my YouTube channel, but I will still link it in the description box just in case you guys want to go check that out. So I transferred my 2-dart torso pattern onto a new piece of paper. The next thing I'm going to do is label my underarm line, my bust line. I want my waist to go from 30 inches to 25 inches, so I will be reducing my waist size by 5 inches. So the first thing I'm going to do on my center back, I will go in by 1 inch on the bust line. I'm not taking it up to the armhole line, I'm stopping at the bust line. The next thing I'm going to do is get my neckline, new neckline measurement. So my new neckline measurement is going to be 2/3 of chest line to bust line. Okay, 2/3 of chest line to bust line, that's going to be the new neck measurement. 2 3/4. And then I'm just going to draw that to my armhole. And this is going to be my new neckline. You can get it a bit higher if you like, but I've got a small bust, so I don't mind it being right here. On my new neckline, I will go in by 1 centimeter. For my bust line, I will go down by 6 centimeters. So this is going to be the rib cage line. The next thing I'm going to do is measure this gap right here and apply it to this shoulder line right here. 2.5 inches right here. I'm just going to apply 2.5 inches right here. And then I'm going to draw that to my bust line or my bust point. On my armhole, I'll go in by 1 inch. On my waistline, I'll also go in by 1 inch. And then right here, I'll go in by 1/2 inch. And I'll connect that. On the original side seam, I'm gonna go down by 3/4 inch. Next thing I'm going to do is on my neckline. On my new neckline, right beside this blue line, I will go out by 1.5 centimeters towards my side seam. And then from this point, I'm going to draw a curve to this point. And right on the bust point, I will go out towards my side seam by 0.5 centimeters. And then I'll connect this point right here to this point right here. On my rib cage line, right on the dot line in the middle, I'm going to put my ruler here and take out 1.5 centimeters on both sides. And then on my waistline, starting from my new center front, I will go in towards my side seam by 2 inches. And then I'll measure from this second leg of my dart to that point, and then figure out what it is, 1.25 inch. And then I'm going to apply that over here, 1.25 inch. Down here, I will go out by 1 inch on each side. Then using my curve, I will connect this to this point right here. On this side, I will go from my bust point to my rib cage and all the way down to this point right here, down here. This is going to look snatched. On my waistline, I will go in by 1 inch. And down here, I'm gonna go in by 1/2 inch. And then I'll go in by 1 inch on the armhole line and draw all that line together. Connect the line. And then right on the original side seam, I will go down by 3/4 inch. And then on this back side, I went out by 3/4 inch on each side. 3/4 inch on each side. And on my waist, I will go out by 1 inch. And down here, I will also go out by 1 inch on each side. So what I did here was I drew this line to this point, and then I'm going to measure my middle dart line to the blue line. And whatever I get here, I'm gonna transfer it to this side. So this is 1 inch. That is 1 inch. And then I'll use my curve ruler to connect this neckline all the way to the back, except I'm not taking it to this back. I'm just gonna stop here. And this is how I get my cupless corset. The next thing I'm going to do is right on this rib cage line and my center front line, I'm going to measure a diagonal line of 3.5 inches. So on this rib cage line, I'll go in by 3 centimeters and draw a line to my new neckline. And then on this line, I'll measure 1 centimeter towards my side seam and then draw a line. The next thing I'm going to do is do a diagonal line right between my blue line and my rib cage line, 3.5 centimeters as well. And then I will draw a curve starting from this point right here, touching this line, touching my rib cage line, touching this line, and then I'm gonna stop right here on my bust line. So on the bust line, I will go down by 1.5 centimeters at an angle. And I'll do the same thing on this side. Go down on the bust line by 1.5 centimeters. And then I'll connect both of them to the bust point. I measured this point to this point to make sure that it matches my front. I also like to measure this point to my bust point and make sure that it matches my other side. So this is 218. So this is what it looks like. So this is a 2-in-1 pattern. The first one that I drafted was a cupless corset, and then this second one is the one with the cup. And eventually when I cut this out, I'm going to join these two together so that it's one piece, and then this is like 2 different pieces. So for the cup, there's going to be 1, 2, 3 pieces. After cutting out my pattern, I decided to trace out my cup corset so that it's different from the corset without the cup. So basically, if I want to make a corset top that doesn't have any cup, I'm going to use this one and I'm going to use the back. And if I want to make a corset with a cup, I'm going to use this one and I'm going to use the back. Basically, the back is the only thing that is constant between these 2 things. And that's how you get your corsets, the one with the cup and the one without the cup. So I really hope that you guys enjoyed this tutorial. If you have any questions, please don't forget to ask, and I will try my best to answer. I think I'm pretty much on it whenever you guys make any comments or ask any questions in the comment section. And that is the end of today's tutorial. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.